Today's episode is brought to you by the book Everyone is a Sinner But Me, available now at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Pre-recorded from Volpes Studios, it's the MCS1 show, featuring Caleb, Hannah, and now your host, MCS1.
Welcome everyone! Welcome to another edition of the MCS1 show. I am MCS1, joined once again with my co-host Caleb Hannon.
Boom.
Boom. So we're booming it back to the white trash bag. Yeah! Oh boy. Today we are announcing our final bracket. And this one is honestly my favorite.
Well, there's a good reason for it.
There's a lot of them. And the reason it's kind of my favorite is we have it named literally personal favorites and leftovers.
So the best and the worst.
Yeah.
In the same bracket.
These were some that were they didn't fit anywhere. And
we just threw them in.
You know? Or they were some that we really, really liked, but didn't fit into like TVs and personalities, country and Western.
Yeah.
Or fictional characters.
It just took us some time to figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
But we got them.
We got them,
guys.
And this list is probably my favorite because it's so ridiculously good.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
So starting off for personal favorites and leftovers, the first fight is going to be that fat smoker from our Smokers Riotous episode that yelled at me in a parking lot.
Seriously, one of the worst people ever.
One of the worst people probably one of the worst people I've ever met. Definitely in the top 5. And just an all-out terrible person. Yelled at me because I told him he couldn't smoke because he was on a no smoking property where I was the manager.
It's pretty obvious that you can't smoke there.
Threw a nicotine fit, got up in my face.
Nicotine fit.
Like, this guy's just a quality piece of crap.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
he's a real beehole.
He's a total beehole. Drove his way too big lifted truck. Thought he was so tough.
Oh, man.
He just had like a gut like a basketball. I mean,
gross.
This guy I want just to get knocked out in the first round because I want to just get the crap beat out of him.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not saying I would ever rig the white trash bash, but if he gets far enough, I may rig it to where he loses.
If he wins the white trash bash, I mean it would be fitting, but it would also be upsetting.
It would be very upsetting to have him win. And so we're having him fight another personal favorite
Definitely.
that we kind of brought up a lot when the show first started, and some people were asking about this character here and there to me sometimes, and we're starting to bring him back a little bit more. Caleb, do you want to introduce this guy?
Oh, you know I want to introduce this guy.
Oh, man.
You don't even know who this guy is. You don't even know who this guy is.
Oh, I don't even know who this guy is?
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Who is he?
His truck is so big that you don't even know how big his truck is going to be.
So who is this guy, Caleb?
He's the you don't even know guy.
Oh, the you don't even know guy.
You don't even know guy.
The guy we mentioned in our very early episodes, starting with our Dealing with Bad Roommates episode, like very early on when we first started the show, like back in August of 2011.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. Wow. And we've been canceled like twice, and we are still around.
You don't even know how hard it is to get uncanceled.
You don't even know. Like, really, it's actually quite hard. But, like, seriously, it's so ridiculous. But, so the you don't even know guy fighting the fat smoker from the Smokers' Rights episode. Both people we've talked about on the show. We're bringing the old with the new, and I like that.
Yeah. That's why this is the personal favorites and leftovers.
Oh, man. So, Caleb, let's talk about the next bracket. I'll have you introduce the next one because this is a personal favorite from Caleb, and I don't want to steal his thunder.
So to start off with this next little bracket in our personal favorites once again, we actually took a little bit of a different route, a little bit of an interesting route, and on this one,
very interesting.
We are going to be pitting the entire city of Spanish Fork, Utah, on the one end of this bracket.
Like, it was so funny when we were coming up with this because Caleb was like, we were at 180 Tacos,
right?
And we were drafting this together, and he said to me, he goes, "Dude, can we just have the entire town of Spanish Fork, Utah on this?" And I like laughed so hard, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But to counter that, Who would fight the entire town of Spanish Fork, Utah?
I mean, it's a lot of people, you know.
It's a lot of people.
You got to match them up.
Got to match it up. So I came up with a better scenario. My hometown of Logan, Iowa. For this.
Logan v. Spanish Fork.
And by better, I mean it's more favored by me. I don't mean it's an actual better candidate.
Yeah, I don't know that either one of those are better places.
No, they aren't. This is one of these fights right here where it's like when I watch the Nebraska Cornhuskers play BYU in football.
You just want them both to lose.
I just want both teams to lose.
Yeah.
That's
or at least
what I
get horribly
want.
injured.
Exactly.
So that they can lose future games.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. So yeah, my hometown of Logan, Iowa, which is 1,250 people, one stoplight, which did not get put in until about 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Logan's got some pretty trashy people.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
Yep.
Got some classy people, but mostly trashy.
I mean,
which is why we're doing this.
yeah, that's why they're in the white trash bash.
Exactly. Oh, Logan, Iowa. I don't miss you at all.
So-
Boy, do I not miss you. So moving on. Our TVs and personalities bracket was obviously a little full.
right.
And so there was some people that we could not add. This is one that Caleb picked.
Yep.
He lied. Do you want to announce this one?
Oh yeah. This is the entire cast of Finding Bigfoot. Here's why we're adding these people to this one. Because these people are so desperate to find this monster thing, Bigfoot, who doesn't exist.
Whoa. You've gone too far.
Did I go too far?
You've
Or did I not go far enough?
Wait, what? Are you saying the evidence is false too?
I'm saying that the evidence is substantial at best.
Oh boy.
I mean, I mean, okay, I don't know if you remember this one, but back in, I think it was 2010, there was a guy who actually in Seattle, so that's where, like, the Washington was where this whole thing came out. He contacted Seattle local news and was like, I'm the guy who was Bigfoot. My wife was the one who videotaped it. Here's the proof. Here's the original tapes.
Oh,
Here's
man.
the costume.
So I don't remember that.
Oh,
Side
man.
note, I do remember, however, the Simpsons episode where Homer gets lost in the wilderness and they're filming. They're also filming
Yes.
a fake Bigfoot thing, and he's walking around and they're like, we can see your wristwatch. He's like, crap. kind of thing.
Yeah, but
So the Simpsons predicted that too.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say this. I'm not saying that it's impossible for something like Bigfoot to exist because, I mean, and
The
I don't-
Loch Ness Monster is also real.
Well, and here's the funny thing. I don't know how we know these numbers or where we got these numbers from, but apparently, according to biologists,
Fake news.
yeah. But according to biologists, apparently we only know of about 20%, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like 20% of animals on land are things that we have identified and know their, like, where their existence is. And
Where's
then,
the
like,
80? Where's the rest of the 80%
yeah,
hiding?
how do we know there's 80% missing? Number one, and then number two, in the sea and in the ocean, they're saying that we've discovered about 5%, and I'm like, okay, well,
The ocean's more believable.
much more believable because
Much more.
mostly because we haven't mapped out 95% of the ocean, and so it's like, yeah,
I mean, we thought
Sure.
the coelacanth was extinct forever.
right,
And then they find it in freaking South America, and they were also using the stupid animal to repair tire tubes.
yeah, which is just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, just silly. Anyway, so I'm not saying Bigfoot doesn't exist. I'm just saying that these people are ridiculous in the way that they look for him. They go out in the woods and they like click at each other, and then they're like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" Yeah, because no other wildlife is here, you
Oh
moron.
my gosh, it's just like ghost hunters.
It really is.
Ah,
It really is. Only
worse.
more annoying. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I've seen like an episode or two of Ghost Hunters.
Just watch like half of an episode of Finding Bigfoot, and you will want to kill yourself.
I'll look at some YouTube clips.
Yeah, do that.
I
do
think
that.
that's fair.
Do that. That's better.
So, who could we have a cast fight? Well, another cast sounds great. Duck Dynasty, the cast of those guys. You know, I think they're finally out of the spotlight now.
Yeah. Which good.
Good, yeah. Because I'm
The
tired.
Robertsons or whatever.
Yeah, I really didn't follow them that much. I got tired of seeing their beards everywhere. You know,
Ugh.
or the comments like, "Oh, he said these comments about homosexuals." It's like, well, what do you think?
Yeah, you're talking to like one of the more Christian personalities.
Exactly. Like, what do you expect?
What are your feelings on gays? And he's like, well, I don't think homosexuality is okay. And it's like, whoa, how dare you?
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
seriously.
come on, guys. Seriously.
What a setup there.
Yeah. It's the same thing with the Chick-fil-A guy, you know?
Yeah, it's
Like, really? Did you think you were going to get a different answer?
People are surprised by this stuff.
Like, stop.
Yeah.
You know how they feel.
So, Duck Dynasty fighting the Fighting Bigfoot cast.
I don't know who's going to win that.
I don't
honestly.
either.
I mean, both of them are outdoorsy types, you know?
I can see, the Fighting Bigfoot cast, do they carry guns at all or anything?
Not really.
So what happens if they do run into Bigfoot and they find him? Is he just going to destroy them?
I hope so.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
So the series finale would literally be nothing because the cast and the crew would have been killed, and they'd just be like, well, the I guess it's over.
We had to have our editors put this together.
Anyway, moving on.
So next we have on here, we have David Duke.
Who doesn't love David Duke?
I'll
I'll tell you who. Literally everyone.
I was about to say, do you want to explain a little bit about David Duke, Caleb?
David Duke was a big guy in the old KKK.
Man, he was pretty up there.
Yeah, he was really huge up there. I'm
Former
pretty-
leader once, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a Grand Wizard Master.
Grand Wizard.
I don't know how their rankings
I think
work.
it's like
I'm
Grand
really sorry.
Wizard. There's one called Grand Wizard and then Imperial Wizard.
And then
Interesting enough,
isn't there one called a Dragon or something like that? Or
there's a lot of different ranks, and they've changed throughout the years. This sounds really crazy, but like for some reason, I'm not like obsessed with the KKK because that sounds really weird.
right?
But I'm fascinated with them because they're so strange and they have such an interesting way of
Yeah,
thinking about
a
stuff,
weird history.
a
too.
very illogical way.
Yeah.
But one thing I've noticed, like their rank names, like White Knight and things like that, they're all very medieval-esque D&D
right.
type names,
Right.
which is so strange to me.
Right. Which I mean, it kind of makes sense though, just because Ku Klux are both Latin words,
Ah,
and Latin was a big thing, back in medieval times.
yeah.
It still technically is with like Catholicism, but I don't really consider it a thing that we really concern ourselves with. Mostly just because every time you speak in Latin, you're summoning demons and stuff, and it's just
Exactly.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I just wish it'd stop. But anyway, David Duke is an awful human being. And
Just getting right to it.
I just want everybody to understand that he is just the worst. you
yeah.
know? If you don't think that David Duke is the worst, you're the problem.
One of our fears when we were setting up this bracket is that he was going to be fighting Kanye
Yeah.
West and he was going to win. That was
that would have been so terrible.
that was Caleb's and I's literal fear when we were setting
Our
up this
biggest
bracket.
fear.
Yeah, and it still is. It could still
Yeah,
happen.
I mean, the possibilities are endless. Technically, this
Yeah,
is
the
all going
po-
to be randomized.
Yeah, it's all randomized, but we're still afraid.
Yeah,
I'm still afraid
yeah.
because we don't have real control over this.
No, not even a little bit.
So I mean, it's pure chance. And so yeah,
I'm really hoping that, honestly, I mean, the big thing and the best chance to make sure that doesn't happen is just, hoping that
he
David-
gets knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, gets knocked out in the first round.
And this is
you know?
who I hope takes him out in the first round. And this is
Definitely a personal favorite for sure.
definitely a personal favorite. This is Dr. Phil. We got Dr. Phil here.
Dude, how epic would it be if Dr. Phil made it to the Final Four and battled the Cash Me Outside girl?
Oh my gosh.
Think
I
about how
made
epic
you,
that would be.
I could destroy you. Like, I would love that. Like, I really would.
Oh man, that would be great.
Dr. Phil, such an interesting character. You love him sometimes. You hate him most of the time. You hate his audience.
But you always love his accent.
But you love his
Oh
accent
my gosh.
and the way he talks.
Yeah, dude, all those unnecessary pauses.
And yeah. Like I really
Thank you for that.
I'm not gonna lie. As I've gotten older, I have started to like Dr. Phil more and more.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Which is ridiculous because I
Yeah.
shouldn't.
yeah.
But I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
totally okay. So I'm hoping Dr. Phil, you better take out David Duke in the first round.
Oh my gosh. That is
Like-
the one matchup that just it needs to happen.
It has to happen this way. Otherwise,
It would be so sad if David Duke won the whole thing.
I know it really will.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be the worst outcome
Oh,
ever.
boy. Well, if we're lucky, the Robinsons from Duck Dynasty will take him out
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
second round. Or maybe Spanish Forker Logan Iowa will
Who knows?
eventually.
Who knows? Both of them.
So
They'll just team up.
Yeah. So the next matchup we have seems like it could be a real life matchup.
It could be. I mean, you're talking about two professional fighters, technically.
Two professional fighters in this one. Caleb, why don't you talk about your professional fighter, and I'll talk about who mine is, who we picked for these.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, I saw this guy on ESPN the other day.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So,
and I thought of you when I saw him, and all I could think of was how you said he sucks at Twitter.
He really does. So the dude that I kind of brought to the table here was Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor, for those of you who are MMA fans, is an amazing fighter. He really is. He's great at fighting, but he sucks at life. He is just bad at it. I mean, the dude he just can't seem to stop getting himself into trouble with just the words that he says all the time. Like, he's like, I could beat Floyd Mayweather. And it's like, dude, Floyd Mayweather is undefeated and you're an idiot.
Right
Stop.
now, he's predicted to win that fight.
I don't know, man. I mean,
but will he be predicted to win this fight?
Yeah. Will he?
Will he?
I don't think so.
See. Well, who's he going to fight? Well, there's only one fighter who we could think of for this to fight Conor McGregor. And his name is John Cena.
Oh, John.
John Cena. I'm not going to lie. We only threw him in just so I could say his name like that.
Yeah.
And pretty much every time if he continues.
Yeah. As long as he keeps going on, we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
You have to. It's John Cena.
It's John Cena. WWE wrestler, somewhat actor, was in the movie The Marine.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No, I did not.
I never saw it, but I heard the summary of it from a newspaper when I was going to see movies with one of my friends. It was between that and Little Miss Sunshine. Obviously,
you should have seen Little Miss Sunshine.
I did. We did.
Okay, good.
And so we were reading the summary of it, and in it said, former Marine's wife is taken away by diamond thieves, and now he's going back to get her from them.
Which just sounds like a literal chapter of John Cena's life.
And I could just imagine the theater. There's like some redneck in there, and he's just like, yeah, kick those diamond thieves' butts, John Cena. Like, that's how I pictured it.
Oh, man.
The movie obviously didn't really win any awards or do anything great.
I think it won a few Razzies, didn't it?
Maybe, possibly.
I mean,
I'm not really going to look that up because I really don't want to spend any more time talking about that piece
Let's go ahead and leave him.
Of cinema.
Yeah. Let's leave that in the past.
So, another one matchup that we got a little bit of a Hollywood matchup.
A good Hollywood matchup.
Great Hollywood matchup. We have Adam Sandler. I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. I'm going to be that guy.
Okay.
I'm not. Okay. I'm just not. I like some movies, but overall, like Adam Sandler, I'm not a fan.
I like a lot of his movies. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people look at me funny when I say that, and I'm just like, okay, but
as I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, but I just like it. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying that you're a bad person for not liking him.
No,
I'm just
and I like some of his stuff, like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
Yeah, but those are the classics.
Same movie. Can't tell the difference. Those are classics. Those are pretty good, but I've just never been a big Adam Sandler fan.
Which is, and
I don't like his comedy when he tries to do his Wisconsin voice. One of the most annoying things ever.
Yeah, and I can definitely get where the Adam Sandler personality doesn't rubs people the wrong way, and where they don't like his movies. I just personally do.
Yeah.
Man, it's just kind of a preference.
Yeah.
But who do we have Adam Sandler going up against here?
Oh, this is my favorite.
One of Mark's personal favorites.
One of my personal favorites. We have him against Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, man.
And I was so happy to do this.
A man made famous by angels in the outfield.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, other things? He was in other things?
Yeah, he was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or 30 Days. I can't remember what the title was.
I don't remember that movie.
Yes, I went and I saw it with one of my friends, like, growing up. Total chick flick, got dragged to it with a chick.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. So that movie, which is terrible. But I like Matthew McConaughey because he's Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
He is consistent.
The personality, Matthew McConaughey.
The personality that everyone hates, I love.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Like
his what is it? Is it Lexus commercials?
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
The Lincoln commercials.
I love his Lincoln commercials. They're
Yep.
the greatest. Where he's like I started driving Lincolns for it was cool to drive Lincolns. And first of all,
Yeah.
it was never really cool.
Yeah, I was like, was there a time?
Yeah,
I don't think. I mean, there's no history book out there going. It's cool to drive Lincolns right now.
yeah, seriously.
No, it's not. It still hasn't happened.
In the middle of 2017. No, wait. In the middle of 2015, it's now cool to drive Lincoln.
Yeah, no one's saying that.
No.
Sorry, Matthew. Love you, buddy, but stop.
Love you. Yeah, but stop. Don't stop. But yeah.
Don't stop ever.
Like, seriously, I really like Matthew McConaughey because of his personality and who he is. And everyone's like, oh, he seems like he'd be a D-bag. But he's like the type of guy I would hang out with, like, at a party, particularly a beach party.
Dude, he honestly, he does seem like a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, like, I don't really see him, like, at a party, like, picking on people or being a jerk.
No,
or
dude,
trying
no,
to be. I
no.
see him as a very inclusive,
Yeah.
fun-loving guy.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
But is he white trash? He's from Texas, so, yeah, sorry.
Kind of by default.
Not everyone in Texas is white trash, though. But for the sake of this, Matthew McConaughey will be.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he
No.
definitely is for this. Moving on to the next bracket.
Next bracket.
We're gonna go ahead and round out the blue collar comedy tour.
Oh boy.
So we've got the other two participants. Now we couldn't really fit them in TVs and personalities just because obviously we were running out of space. But
and there were so many chicks fighting each other.
yeah, and we had to keep those there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have fit in personal favorites because we hate them.
Exactly. We actually like these guys.
They could have been
Or
leftovers.
or they're leftovers. Yeah.
Like
Like the fat smoker from Smoker's
right,
Rice.
and the you don't even know guy.
Who is a personal fan favorite for people.
Yes, so he will be a good one.
Yeah.
But rounding out our blue collar comedy tour here, we've got Ron White, or as his jail name, Ron Tater Salad White, and then we've got Bill Here's Your Sign Engvall.
Oh boy.
So two really really well spoken actually comedians that have a great delivery, great ways of really presenting their material, and just guys that talk about real life a lot like Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy, and just have a funny way of doing it.
And they made their way into the white trash bash bracket.
And because of all of that, they found their way in.
Because they were doing well in their industry. They got into the white trash.
So
bash
take that,
bracket.
guys.
Speaking of doing well in your industry. Our next contestant who we have,
no.
and our last fight announced, we have Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Why did you say it like the John Cena?
I kind of want them to fight.
I mean, it's a possibility.
And, it would still be a fair fight if Dog had the mace.
If he has the mace, he can take anybody.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think John Cena.
I don't see him being able to take on anybody without mace.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
Just gonna put that out there.
Oh,
But
boy.
with mace, it's like the mace gives him like unlimited superpowers or something.
And like the thing is, Dog has been out of the world for a while.
Yeah.
There was a
I
while.
don't even know what he's doing these days.
So about a couple years ago, and this was kind of giving me some inspiration for the White Trash Bash. It was a couple years ago. The MMA fighter known as War Machine was on the run
Okay.
for beating up his porn star girlfriend.
This is like the most Dog the Bounty Hunter episode of anything ever.
You want to hear where I got the information?
Please.
TMZ.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a total TMZ thing.
That's like the TMZ-iest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
And Dog the Bounty Hunter was gonna go after War Machine. He's like, you beat up your porn star girlfriend, I'll get you. So ridiculous, but it was like the whole concept of it. It seems like something like that would be in like a parody movie,
Right.
of some kind.
But it was reality.
But
which
it
is
was
so
reality.
great.
And so he was talking like he's like, I'm gonna get this guy and all this stuff. Well, I think the cops got him first.
Yeah. Good job, Dog.
But yeah, Dog had to say it to stay current.
Yeah.
Be street.
Freaking Dog.
Oh man. So we got Dog the Bounty Hunter taking on one of Caleb's personal favorites.
Oh yeah, this guy. So this is a more of a social media celebrity, and he's a relatively well known. I don't want to say he's really well known. He's just more of a relatively well known Facebook, Twitter personality guy named Cloyd Rivers. Now the main reason he's in this is because he, much like Dog, has an epic mullet.
Oh,
Just Epic.
So we got the battle of the mullets
Mullet,
going
yeah,
down.
I was really happy when we
Yes.
got them matched up because that is a great way to start that round.
Oh, sweet.
Is to have the mullets going at it. And I just really think that they're going to be able to charge that mullet energy to possibly over 9,000.
Oh man.
And then they're going to
yes.
fight each other. And who knows? Who knows which mullet will come out on top? But what we do know is business will be in the front.
And the party will be in
out
the back. Oh man. This is epic. So-
But anyway, Cloyd Rivers. He's actually a pretty smart guy, but yeah, he's definitely a very, very, very big white trash guy.
And we have a lot of smart people in the white trash
Right,
bash.
right. I mean, Britney Spears, right?
Yeah.
That's who you were talking about in K-Fed?
I was kind of referring to Dr. Phil mostly. If I had to pick someone, I was maybe the Insane Clown Posse.
Definitely the Insane Clown Posse.
So- Anyway, this is the announcement for the final bracket of the White Trash Bash. So next we're going to be moving on to the elimination rounds and matches over the next course of time. And we'll be having like one of these a week is what we have scheduled out
Mhm.
until we get down to the final four. So I'm real excited about this.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is gonna be a great time.
It really is. It's so ridiculous. And the best part is it's all random. The matches will be done by like dice throws, a magic 8-ball,
Yeah.
some other random stuff. We're still not sure
Maybe
how
some
we're
Twitter polls.
maybe possibly Twitter polls. But then at that point,
The
we're
thing
not.
is those can be influenced.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I don't know if I want that to happen because I don't want it to be influenced.
Right, right.
But it's interesting.
Though if David Duke makes it far enough, I think we should do a Twitter poll to make sure he gets
I
eliminated.
think we might.
Because
yeah, I'm a little
that is
scared.
that is one thing I don't think we should do.
Yeah, exactly.
A little too far.
He needs to get eliminated quick, and that's what we're hoping for. Anyways, that's our show. I want to thank Caleb for coming on.
Of course.
And until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the MCS1 show. For bi-weekly episodes on society and counterculture, subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. For regular updates, show notes, and links, head to the MCS1show.com or search AOL keyword MCS1.